What's up, everybody all over the world? I do thank God for this opportunity that He has granted us once again to meet together. And there is this interesting story that I just read that I could not hold it back from you guys. I just want us to share. It's from Genesis chapter 39. And I'll read. Now Joseph had been taken down to Egypt. Potiphar, an Egyptian who was one of Pharaoh's officials, the captain of guard, bought him from the Ishmaelites who had taken him there. The Lord was with Joseph so that he prospered, and he lived in the house of his Egyptian master. When his master saw that the Lord was with him and that the Lord gave him success in everything he did, Joseph found favor in his eyes and became his attendant. Potiphar put him in charge of his household, and he entrusted to his care everything he owned. From the time he put him in charge of his household and all that he owned, the Lord blessed the household of the Egyptians because of Joseph. The blessing of the Lord was on everything Potiphar had, both in the house and in the field. So Potiphar left everything he had in Joseph's care. With Joseph in charge, he did not concern himself with anything except the food he ate. Now, Joseph was well built and handsome, and after a while, his master's wife took notice of Joseph and said, "Come to bed with me." But he refused. "With me in charge," he told her, "my master does not concern himself with anything in the house. Everything he owns he has entrusted to my care. No one is greater in this house than I am. My master has withheld nothing from me except you. Because you are his wife, now then could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God?" And though she spoke to Joseph day after day, he refused to go to bed with her or even to be with her. One day he went into the house to attend to his duties, and none of the household servants was inside. She caught him by the cloak and said, "Come to bed with me." But he refused. He left his cloak in her hand and ran outside of the house. When she saw that he had left his cloak in her hand and had run out of the house, she called her household servants. "Look," she said to them, "this Hebrew has been brought to us to make sport of us. He came he came in here to sleep with me, but I screamed. When he heard me scream for help, he left his cloak beside me and ran out of the house." She kept his cloak beside her until his master came home. Then she told him this story. "The Hebrew slave you bought us came to me to make sport of me, but as soon as I screamed for help, he left his cloak beside me and ran out of the house." When his master heard the story, his wife told him, saying, "This is how your slave treated me." He burned with anger. Joseph's master took him and put him in prison, the place where the king's prisoners were confined. But while Joseph was there in the prison, the Lord was with him. He showed him kindness and granted him favor in the eyes of the prison warden. So the prison warden put Joseph in charge of all those held in prison, and he was made responsible for all that was done there. The warden paid no attention to anything under Joseph's care because the Lord was with Joseph and gave him success in whatever he did. God gave him success in whatever he did. Man, when God is with you, when the favor of the Lord is with you, you are just you excel in everything. And the good thing is, when the favor of God is with you, when God is with you, you don't only receive the blessings you alone, but the people around you. Imagine At Potiphar's, he was placed in charge. Again, he's taken to the prison where he's expected to really suffer. And the most amazing thing, he was taken to a prison where the king's prisoners were. Like if you are taken away from the palace, that's where you went. So again, this is such an amazing thing that when the presence of God is with you, favor. Pray that the presence of God may always be with you, that may God's blessings be with you, and you'll see that wherever you go. And this is just to any other person. If you have people under you, it's high time you start looking at those people whom God's favor is with them. Because when God's favor is with somebody, when you put them under your charge of your things excel, and you don't have to worry about those things. Just like Joseph, keep on praying. May God's favor, may God's blessing, may God's mercy, abundance, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding be our portion. May we excel in all aspects of our life and in every atmosphere that we get in. May we set standards. Peace and God bless.